Alrighty. Here we are. It's the end of the year now, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so, say the least, welcome to the last stream of the year. And here I thought I was gonna be done streaming 2 days ago, but seeing as I'm still here in my home before having to visit family, may as well take the time because I was expecting to do it yesterday. So, yeah. Uh. So, yeah, that's where things stand currently, I guess. I'm trying to think right now. My plan for this stream, at the very least, is to effectively recount and pretty much recount the highlights of the games I've played thus far. I would do over the years, but. But yeah, I would do over the years, but to say the least, I'm trying to really think off the top of my head how to explain it because for the most part it's been a lot of games. Some of them longer than most, some of them shorter than others. To say the least, though, we're here to at the very least recount some of the highlights from start to, of course, throughout the years. I would at the very least try and stream some of them, but I am limited with the amount of time I have right now. So, let's make the most of it, I suppose. We're starting simply enough with Garry's Mod, not because it's really particularly a highlight, but because it's the most neutral of all games I could think of off the top of my head. And I want to make a picture. Here's hoping I can make it within the span of 30 minutes. Alright, so, I guess I'm trying to think, where do I start with? I first started streaming when I was in college. I don't think that much is I think that much is fairly known at this point. I've stated it a handful of times whenever people asked me whenever I streamed, so there's that. But I started when I was in my second year of college, and I've been continuously doing so for a while. I did it on the whims of a bet, and, well, to say the least, because of that bet paying off, I'm here. And I'm streaming all sorts of games. Granted, there have been many ups and downs in my time of streaming for as long as I have. And there's been a lot of personal fumblings that I think on a lot. I'm trying to think specifics. Where do I start? First game I streamed, I believe, was for Insurgency Sandstorm. It was pretty new when it first came out. I'll talk about Insurgency another time. But yeah, I've streamed a lot of games since Insurgency, though. But yeah, I streamed a lot of games since Insurgency, though, and that much is a given. Give me a second, I'm trying to track down the hidden add-on. There it is. Okay. But yeah, I've streamed a lot of games since Insurgency. When I first started doing this, I had the idea in mind to try and do like I didn't want to commit to doing playthroughs, but at some point that totally changed. Not because, I thought playthroughs were the most optimal way of, channel growth. But I thought at the very least it would be a lot more over time to have something more relatively stable, something to, come back to and, go towards. Because when it came to the variety angle, it becomes more or less a pattern, and it does become, let me see. Alright. But yeah, it becomes more or less a pattern, and at that point, I'm just playing the same games, just in a different loop, in a different cycle. And so, as you could probably tell with, various playthroughs, at least on Twitch, for those who are there first, I switched from doing that. Yeah, I switched from doing just the variety stuff to then doing like dedicated playthroughs to some games. And I always had like the personal I always had like the personal idea to like try and do these games under at the very least a single weekend if I could help it. I would go like maybe a day or two longer. But yeah, no, to say the least, I'd try and do it within the span of an entire weekend. To say the least, it's gone fairly well, all things considered. Granted, there's been some that extended far beyond their scope, but still, I'm happy with the amount of games I managed to play and complete in the time I did. Some of them I wish I had try and complete them a little bit longer. Yeah, some I do wish that was the case, but to say the least, yeah. Maybe at some point I'll come back and do those games again, but it'd probably be a ways out. Give me a sec. I'm really trying to find like a good map to try and at least make something of, at least. What is a good map that that's like really high? Ugh, jeez. Alright, but yeah, so, say the least, yeah. I'm trying to think. So, besides doing full dedicated playthroughs, because I was doing full playthroughs as well, you probably could tell I did the marathons as well. Like, full-on games that were made by certain developers or, part of a certain franchise. To say the least. Give me a sec, I'm trying to find... But yeah, to say the least, it's been interesting to play all these games made by developers, made by like various certain developers, and just how they've evolved as a developer, I suppose. Give me a sec. Yeah, why not? I want to make something that's like. I want to make a photo that's optimistic. I got like a bunch of like dark, edgy maps, and when I say that, I am referring mostly to the just how some of these are like fucking depressing and the like. All right, yeah. Good old Asheville. Let's do that, guys. It's either that or Desolation. Well, let's dick around with some of the maps. Alright, but yeah, so since I think last year, it's almost the last year technically, but since I believe 2022 to 2023, I started doing full playthroughs for certain games. I think it started when I first... I'm trying to think. I was doing Divinity: The Original Sin as a Tactical Thursday. Yeah, as a Tactical Thursday stand-in because I wanted to move away from Insurgency. And then it soon became like full-on something else, I guess you could say. It became much more broader and wider encompassing. And so I figured I'd do full playthroughs at that point. And then afterwards, I'd figured because when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I did play that first, but then I got the idea afterwards to like do full playthroughs of like developer games. I think that was like the start of like at least midway through 2023. So, yeah. I did the BioWare Marathon first, which was great because, it was an excuse to play all my BioWare games I had on hand, from the Mass Effect series to Dragon Age, and at the time was Inquisition before Veilguard came out, and yeah, so I'm trying to think. Then there was like a few games in between. I played Knights of the Old Republic. I played. I'm trying to think. What was it? Jade Empire. You know, it was really great. And to say the least, I also played Neverwinter Nights. I played Baldur's Gate. It was really great. You know, I loved it. And then afterwards, I played fucking Baldur's Gate 3 again. This time with mods and with, you know, something I'm more comfortable with and knowing the rules better as well. So yeah, that was really great. I loved going through all of the I loved going through the BioWare catalog. That was really good. After that, I believe I started doing the Obsidian Marathon, didn't I? Yeah, I did the Obsidian Marathon, so that was also great. I I'll say this right now. When it comes to developers between Obsidian or BioWare, I think I prefer, if you asked me back then, I would prefer BioWare's games because they did have more player agency, I'd say, to some extent. Granted, though, Obsidian does have the more quote-unquote deeper catalog, but at the same time, the only highlight I could really think of for the Obsidian Marathon was Alpha Protocol. And Alpha Protocol was just a meme and a half for a variety of things. It was like playing... it was like playing, like, I'm trying to think, like, the best way to describe it, because it's like a full-on spy espionage thriller, right? Where am I going? But yeah, it's like a full spy espionage thriller, right? And then you got, like, me. While everyone else is, like, so serious, you got me just, like, dicking around and being an absolute fucking menace. Because I'm not wearing, any suits. I'm not wearing any, like, any of the body armor options they had. I was literally just wearing a freaking button-up shirt, a tie, and wasn't even using any weapons. I was using my fists. And it was great. I loved it. That was the highlight of the Obsidian Marathon for me. Just the fact that I went around just as buck naked as can be, effectively, and just beat the crap out of people with my fist. I had a 0 fatality rating on that game alone, and it was great. Using guns is for wimps. Your fists are enough. But yeah, no, that was the highlight for me for the for Obsidian games. Everything else was kind of like okay, if I'm being honest. I found Tyranny to be meh. Yeah, I'm gonna choose a different map. Right now, I'm just trying to find a nice map before I just settle on like Asheville or Desolation. Actually, you know, let's see what's going on in Skyrim. Anyway, but yeah, no, that was a highlight for me. I'd say for every other Obsidian game, though, I found Tyranny to be okay. For the Black Isle games, I found Fallout 1 and 2 okay. I found Fallout 1 to be pretty good, I'd say. Fallout 2 was better, but I am completely hung up on that. I'm completely hung up still on that locker. You needed to have a lockpick skill. God forbid you tried to use a crowbar to pry it open or something. But yeah. I'm trying to think what else. There's also Knights of the Old Republic 2. I think I prefer Knights of the Old Republic 1. Yeah, compared to BioWare's KOTOR 1. KOTOR 2, while admittedly unfinished, it's still... I don't know. It's like the equivalent of Andor for... It's pretty much the equivalent of Andor, I guess, for Star Wars at that time. It was a lot more darker, much more gritty, quote unquote. But I don't know. I found elements of it to be, I don't know, kind of sort of like wishy-washy, as it were, to some extent. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but that's how I would put it, at the very least. It was like it had something to say, but what it was saying was so muddled it was just so muddled and so, like, you know, there and not there at the same time that I couldn't really put 2 and 2 together. I mean, I guess, you know, the Force is a balancing act, but at the same time, you know, it's like Kreia like judging me, and then she's like not judging me, and then she's judging me again. It's like, what the It's like, come on, woman, are you consistent in your beliefs or what? But yeah, overall though, I liked it despite it all. I prefer KOTOR 1 because it was much more in line for what Star Wars is, and it was a lot more consistent, I guess you could say, for what it was worth. So yeah. Am I in Whiterun? No, this is Solitude. Okay. Yeah, this is Solitude, guys. My god. Oh wait, no, is this, or is this, no, this is, yeah, this is Solitude. Here's the Blue Palace. It's looking less like the Blue Palace and more like a place. Can you tell I played Skyrim a lot? Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about the Obsidian games at that time. Yeah, so Tyranny was okay. I found Pillars of Eternity 1 great, but I didn't really like Pillars of Eternity 2 that much. Maybe it was because of the fact that, you know, it's a sequel and the characters that I knew have changed and, you know, I grown to like. But I don't know, it's, for me at the very least, it seems like the way it was changed was like drastic to some extent, you know? It was like drastic in a way. I'm not sure if that's the best way to describe it, but yeah. And this is, alright, so this is Whiterun. Alright. Oh, where's this? Is this an orc stronghold? Is this supposed to be just some random ruin, or is this supposed to be, like, specific? I want to say it's the Lunar Forge, but still. This is just the outskirts. Is the Imperial City in the distance? No? Okay. Alright. Oh my god, it's Hurston. 0 out of 10. I can't access the interior. Alright, but yeah, I'm trying to think what other stuff was part of the Obsidian catalog. This is Markarth. Is this supposed to be the Silverblood Mine? Alright. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What else stuck out? I want to say, for a majority of the Black Isle games, a lot of them were pretty okay as well. I already mentioned the Fallout games, right? Yeah, I already mentioned the Fallout games already, right? So... Alright. So, I liked Planescape. It was very interesting and different from what D&D had at the time. If I'm not mistaken, it was still 2nd edition D&D specifically too, so to say the least, it was pretty good to go through and see that. Pretty nice, all things considered. I'm trying to think what else. I found Neverwinter Nights 2 to be somehow more pain in the ass than Neverwinter Nights 1. And that was because the main story, I will never get over this. Just how much bullshit the fucking... It was absolute bullshit, the fact that those liches needed to have their true names spoken before they're done harm. Like, absolute horseshit. But overall, though, I still found it mechanically decent. Story-wise, it was kind of okay, I guess. I'm trying to think what else. I'm really trying to think of what else right now. Oh, man. Shit, I'm really trying to think. Oh, yeah, that's right. For Icewind Dale, the best way I can describe Icewind Dale is just, for what I imagine, was Adventure League content at that time. And so that's really the best way I could describe it. The whole game is just an Adventure League game where you pretty much make a character sheet, and then you bring it over, and then you just freaking do whatever, right? That's the best way I could describe. Give me a sec. But yeah, that's really how I could describe Icewind Dale. It's pretty much just Adventure League D&D, and it's not bad. Mechanically speaking, it's not bad, but it was pretty underwhelming, I'd say, in terms of like narrative nuances. That's really the best way I could put it. It was kind of just underwhelming compared to what like other RPGs they put out since then, Obsidian and Black Isle. So yeah, I think nowadays, looking forward to where BioWare and Obsidian stands currently, I'm not sure if any of them are much better, to be honest. BioWare is going through a weird phase right now as it stands. Dragon Age Veilguard is kind of sort of receiving mixed signals to some extent for some people. People like it mechanically, but story-wise, it's kind of... Story-wise, it's kind of a mixed bag. There are some highlights, I'd say, for Dragon Age Veilguard, but for like other instances, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Let's just leave it at that, because the writing can go from, yeah, that's okay, to pretty good, to that's a moment, yes, I like that, to then, oh god, and then, oh lord. But yeah, pretty much just goes through like all the yeah, just pretty much just like goes through the whole ringer. I liked Dragon Age Veilguard well enough. I thought that at the very least the handful of characters like Balara, Lucanus, I'm trying to think. Balara, Lucanus, then you had who was the Grey Warden? Yeah, pretty much the Grey Warden companion, and then you have, oh man, what was her name? Apologies, I've been playing other games since, alright? I don't remember all these characters' names off the top of my head anymore. Nev, there we go, Nev. I found Nev to be I found Balara, Nev, the Grey Warden, the Lucanus, Emmerich. I found them to be very compelling characters, and I liked them really well. If I were to rate them from like how much I like their writing, I'm trying to think and break it down a bit. I would say I like Emmerich the most for the amount of like roleplay and flavor he gives. I've seen footage of Emmerich, actually interacting and, but yeah, I've seen like actual like footage of like Emmerich, talking to the player character and how they are and the like. And I found him to be very interesting and compelling. I like Balara secondly. Yeah, I like Balara secondly because she's the most complete out of all the characters thus far. But yeah, I like the way Balara is written, at the very least for her story. It's at the very least complete. If there was one I don't like at all, I would say it's probably Tosh. There's without a shadow of a doubt, Tosh was just a checkbox in my mind, alright? She is a checkbox that someone put in, and in the writing, it absolutely tells. I know that some people don't like Harding's story. Give me a sec. Alright, but yeah, I know that for some people, they don't like Harding's whole thing. But for me, Tosh just breaks everything that she is in. That's how I see it, at the very least. If I were to choose between Harding and Tosh, I'd say Tosh is the worst, just because of the fact that her sheer existence just breaks everything in the game's world. In terms of writing, she's just a nothing character, and in terms of an actual character, she's still nothing. I wish I could be like any more nicer about it, but what is the point of Tosh is what I'll say, and leave it at, because I want to talk about other things. For Obsidian, yeah, alright, so yeah, that's where I'll leave it at. For Obsidian's whole thing right now, currently, I liked their prior games, right? And I'm not talking about Fallout New Vegas, because as much as I like Fallout New Vegas, I despise having to talk about it so frequently. Alright, but yeah. For as much as I like Fallout New Vegas, I prefer Pillars of Eternity, if I'm being honest. And that's because the fact that, I guess besides it being like the CRPG, it's also has a lot more characters, a lot more depth to them. Whilst Fallout New Vegas, despite the time crunch accounting for it, a lot of it is still technically recycled stuff from the original Fallout 3 with Van Buren. Which you can't say is bad, but still at the same time. But I digress. Alright. I'm trying to think. If there's one game I really did not like during my time playing the Obsidian Marathon, I think it's without a shadow of a doubt the worst game I've played in that game was The Outer Worlds. Alright, but yeah, The Outer Worlds was the worst, for me at the very least. I did not like The Outer Worlds at all. It was... The best way I can describe it is just trying to emulate Fallout, and it was doing so in the most tongue-in-cheek way possible, that all of a sudden the tongue breached the cheek, touching the ear, and then it goes through the ear, comes out the other side, and it's touching the eyeball like a lizard. That's really the best way to describe it. It's just like, first it's like, oh yeah, it's cute, and then it just turns disturbing, and then it's just like, oh god, really? That's really the best way I can describe it. And it all stems from a variety of things. One is the marketing for it. I did not really like the marketing for The Outer Worlds. Besides it using like the coattails of, Black Isle Studios, it was also the fact that they used Fallout. The fact that they also used Fallout, and people were expecting it to be pretty much Fallout New Vegas 2. I went in expecting the game to be just like a fair standalone game when I first started playing it. I wasn't expecting anything like crazy, right? Yeah, I wasn't expecting like anything like that crazy, but to say the least, after our first playthrough and when everything is settled, it just comes out to be like a okay experience. And that's really about it. I would not recommend anyone playing The Outer Worlds unless, they really wanted to. Outside of that, you're really not missing anything much, to be honest. But yeah, you're not really missing anything much for The Outer Worlds, so that's what I'll say. If you're gonna play it, if you really want to play it, sure, go ahead. Just get it on sale. Like a really steep one at that. And make sure you get, like, the newest version available. Because at the very least, it'll look decent, I guess. Can't say 100%, but still, it's enough. But yeah, no. Moving away from like metatextual stuff. In terms of like the actual gameplay and storytelling, I found The Outer Worlds to be lacking a lot of respects. From the fact that it doesn't really take itself seriously, but at the same time it tries to take itself seriously. It pretty much has a tone that's self-contradictory to itself. And that's really the best way to put it. Yeah, that's really the best way I could put it. It's just pretty much a contradiction into itself, and it's just doesn't really have anything to really give towards, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but yeah. Do I want to do... Nah, I don't want to do something. Where's the Osprey? Where's the iconic Osprey? There it is. Yeah, but yeah. Outer Worlds 2 has been announced, and I am not looking forward to the Outer Worlds 2. It's not even because of what's going on with, for some people, Avowed. I just really did not like Outer Worlds 2, the Outer Worlds in the first place. It's like, yeah, sure, at first it was pretty good, but, you know, it's kind of sort of like one done trick pony, you know? Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of sort of like a one and done trick pony, to say the least. I will say, and give credit at the very least, the DLC were much better. I found the DLC found both of them to be pretty good and decent. One was clearly more defined than, well, they're both more well defined in the game, but I'd say like one was more defined in like, you know, drama and mystery, and it had a healthy dose of like black comedy too. But just as well for just as well for like the other deals for the DLCs, they were actually like well written and as well as like properly yeah, they were well written and they were both just like actually, you know, had stakes attached to them. Yep. Sorry, my second dog just came in. Alright, but yeah. Alright, but yeah, they were both, yeah, so it was well written, both DLCs. And that's the only highlight I'm willing to give. Because I really can't remember anything else about... Yeah, I can't really remember anything else about the Outer Worlds, if I'm being honest. You know, I had an idea, but, you know, let's just transition to do something else real quick. Let's have a little fun, because I don't want... I'm not going to be able to freaking make a weapon, make a photo in the amount of time I was hoping for. Alrighty, let's see here. I need an ally, and I need a lot of stuff. Let's see here. Alright, let's raise some hell, boys. Real quick, is this the right player model? There we go. I don't know if it makes a difference, but still, you know, it's worth trying. Alrighty. Alright, let's raise some hell real quick. Who is going to be opposing force? Corporal Half-Life 3. just do a quick NPC war. What else am I gonna be doing anyway? Funnily enough, when it comes to... I'm gonna kill logic real quick. Jesus Christ almighty. Give me a sec. No, it's not in here.
No, it's right here. I got a cook, so we can sit in the bathroom.
Alright. Alright. Let's have a war. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ, my God. It's funny to think, when it comes to Garry's Mod, a lot of things has changed since it first started, to some extent or another, right? But yeah, a lot of things has changed since the initial... since Garry's Mod has come out, hasn't it? It's changed to being like this full-on pseudo-realistic game to some extent. Yeah, it's changed to being... I know there's like a bunch of like stuff out there for... Yeah, but yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff out there for... Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff out there for like making Garry's Mod more realistic. Alright, let's actually get into some history, shall we? We're gonna play a quick match of Insurgency Sandstorm. At least one match, which shouldn't be too long, I don't think. Alright, so... yeah, so, to say the least, now that I've talked about what's happened recently, I guess, with the marathons and the like, let's go back to the past real quick, then. Yeah, let's go back to the past. So, I'm trying to remember specifically when Insurgency Sandstorm first came out. I was in college, so it's been around for about almost 5 years at this point. Give me a sec. I gotta check the store page. When did it come out? Insurgency? 2018. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, when I first started streaming, I did Insurgency Sandstorm streams. Back then, it was called Tactical Thursday. Now it's called I Come Back Whenever I Want To. And so, yeah. That's pretty much where things stand currently, I guess, still. I've not touched Insurgency since the Resurgence update came out, and I did stream that for a short while. To say the least, though, I've just been doing other stuff. I'm gonna play a quick online match, so it shouldn't be too long. Here's hoping I get security. Come on. Security, 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 security. Yeah! Alright, if you're not gonna behave, I'm gonna bring you out, alright? Calm down, calm down. Alright, one moment. Alright, I'm bringing it outside. Sorry, that was my second dog. I don't know what's with. don't know what's with him specifically. Anytime I like raise my voice a little, he just gets hog wild. Anyway, so yeah, when this first came out, I was in college. I was in my second year of college, to be more, my second semester, if I'm not mistaken. Because was it? When did I graduate high school? God.
Dude, how the fuck are you all B off A, bro? Like, I don't understand this shit. You're level 200. You're fucking that bad.
Hey, not every one of us has the time to play every day.
Grab your gear.
Hey, you fucking idiot.
Come on then. Changing my magazine. Push.
Alrighty. Shit, I am rusty as hell. So yeah, a lot of stuff has been added in since the game's release. I remember during I do believe it was my actual second year of college, the nighttime update came out, and that was pretty big.
Loading.
Yeah, that was pretty big. I remember when Modern Warfare as well came out too, so that was also that. I didn't really play Modern Warfare until Modern Warfare 2.
Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy to see Insurgency.
I'm a little bit shot.
It's crazy to see Insurgency still being played to this day. Crazy to see Insurgency still being played to this day right now, and I'm not sure if it's in a good place as it stands actually. I honestly thought this game would have at the very least, you know, I honestly thought this game would have gracefully like died out. Well,
Good
yeah.
job, you fucking idiot.
Bro, how the fuck do y'all die off objective that fast?
Molotovs, IEDs, grenades, friendly fire, a variety of things really.
How are you dumb enough to run off objective?
Fucking bad, dude.
Ugh, God, I guess I'm playing Insurgents then. Actually, I don't want it. I want to play Security still. I remember back then, during like one of the updates, they did push out like an ability to choose whether or not you want to play Security or Insurgent. I wish that feature was still here. Yeah, I kind of wish that feature was still a thing, because now it's just kind of like, eh. I guess though, too many people chose Security that there was not enough people playing Insurgents. So maybe that's why it's not. Maybe that's why it's not in the game anymore. But still, I remember distinctly that was an option you could have chosen. Let's see here. Good old-fashioned FN 2000.
Time to move. Prepare yourselves.
What's there not to like about it?
Okay, go.
Alrighty. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. I remember back then as well, there was like a bunch of like, besides it being arguably the most premier tactical first-person shooter there was, and yeah, it being the most premier tactical shooter there was at the time. There would, I'd probably say, give me a sec. I remember there was like a bunch of like, for a lot of the updates, they did like a lot of technical tune-ups as well. For example, they had the ability to have like transparent magazines as well as... Yeah, they talked about like having like... Yeah, they talked about having like, you know, all sorts of like technical tune-ups for their weapons and the like. You know, some of them was like, again, the transparent magazine, so you were able to tell, at least at a glance, how much ammo you had in the magazine. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of like what else there was. I'm trying to think like what else specifically as well, because there was like, for Insurgency, like I said, a lot of it is like built into it now. But when it first started, it was just kind of like, not bare bones, but it was a lot more just, I don't know. It was clearly built in mind for one thing, and despite the fact that it not having a campaign... Yes.
I'm at B.
My FN 2000. Oh boy. This is why I love the FN 2000. Just got like zero fuck off recoil.
It's clear. Hey, are we all okay? Ready to go.
Alrighty. Man, it's funny to think nowadays, Insurgency has like more modern weapons into it now.
Security clear.
I mean, before, give me a sec. Before, it was pretty much like weapons based off the Iraq War. So stuff that was available during available during the mid 2000s and like, and this is like before like 2010. I think probably mid 2000s to. But yeah, it was like, these are weapons that are or at least when it first started off, a lot of these weapons were from like the late 2000s, so before 2010 to like early to mid 2010. Because I know like some weapons like the AK, like the FN Star didn't come until like that time. So it's very interesting to see like these weapons. It's interesting to see these weapons actually, you know, be here. I never would have thought. Yeah, I never would have thought that, you know, Insurgency would add some of these weapons, because, you know, some of them, you know, they don't fit that, you know, that aesthetic of being in a desert, I guess. But still, I'm happy all the same that. I'm happy all the same, though, to see at the very least more More weapons being used. I'm sure for Resurgence specifically, they wanted to probably add like more. For Resurgence specifically, they probably wanted to add like more stuff into it or something. But still, none, all the same. I think Insurgency works best as just being that sort of period piece of. Yeah, that kind of sort of like period piece of being just a late 2000s, early. Yeah, late 2000s, mid 2010s, like period pieces to some extent. That's how I feel it, really is, with all these like sort of outdated looking architectures and like. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm trying to think. Outside of Insurgency being the starting part of my streaming career, I'm thinking like what other highlights, because I think I could think of at the very least like maybe 5 other games. I'd say to some extent or another, Skyrim does play a part of it to some extent or another, or at the very least like some of the Bethesda games I played have played a part of it. So like Morrowind specifically and Skyrim. Give me a sec to try and... Alright, but yeah. So, I'm really trying to think. I want to say there's probably like one other game that also fits in here too. So, it's not like one game specifically, but like a bunch of games like combining together to, at the very least, shape. But yeah, a bunch of games that like took shape for how the channel has come to be to some extent. I want to say like Bloody Spell or Blood Cursed Spell, as I will always frequently call it, because the machine translation was just shit.
Give up! I'm right here, brother! Come closer, ya haram! Inshallah. Hunter, drop your weapon! We have enemy!
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck you! Go fuck yourself! Down on the ground! Get down! Oh fuck, I bumped you!
Side, bro. Right side of door. You got that. Right side, right side, right side. Oh my god.
The living can't hear the dead, my friend.
That's enemy! Hara! Ha! Keep talking! Está en tú!
Oh boy, come on. Alright. Alright, but yeah, So I'd probably say Bloody Spell did play a part of it, as well as like a bunch of other like foreign games. I'm trying to think what other games I played. I played like some like I played some early like childhood games for some people, but for me I never played them until like way
Good
later.
fucking shit, bro. Good shit, sniper.
Alright, but yeah, I played like a bunch of like childhood games for some people. I remember distinctly enough Sly Cooper. I remember distinctly enough, at the very least, Deadlock, Ratchet Deadlock, so the spin-off title. Oh, come on, really? Alright, but yeah, I remember those games, at least. But yeah, no, it's been fun to try and tackle some of these other titles. Most recently I did Psychonauts, which I also enjoyed as well. Never played it until like recently. So, yeah. Ah, jeez. Already getting grenades thrown at us. Alrighty. I'm trying to think what else. I'm really racking my head for like various games I enjoyed playing. A lot of the games I did play, I did enjoy, but I'm trying to like think of like particular highlights. Sly Cooper was probably the most prominent one for me. Yeah, Sly Cooper is probably the most prominent one for me because I actually played the third one. Yeah, I played the third one when it first, and then worked my way backwards. And so it was fun to see those games in a more adult light, and when I say adult light, I mean like cognitively understanding how to play. SpongeBob as well, because I remember I did play Battle for Bikini Bottom as well as the other one as well, so I liked that.
Reloading. Is clear. We captured it.
So yeah, I liked that as well.
One of them.
All right.
Reloading. Loading. Last magazine.
Damn it. All right.
Got something.
Oh damn it, we're close too.
Look, it is what it is.
Yeah, just a casual 50 BMG just being shot at someone in TQB distance. It's fine.
You love to see it, bro. You love. Let's get ready.
I'm trying to think. I've not played many PvP games. I know for a short while I played Modern Warfare 2 on stream. And I did enjoy that, to be honest. But at the same time, it wore out its charm by the time Modern Warfare 3 came out.
We have enemy bees.
Alright, but yeah. Modern Warfare and Call of Duty as a whole wore out its charm on me after I played the second Modern Warfare. And that's not even to say that the second Modern Warfare was bad. It was actually pretty good. But it's just like, by the time Modern Warfare 3 came out and we expected something new, kind of sort of like, yeah, it's kind of like whatever. Cut that in between the fact that I had skill-based matchmaking, which at first I knew nothing about. I just... Fucker.
Alberni, you rabbit. Reloading.
Stalker Special. Well, that'd be the AS Val and VSS Venturas, but still. Alright, come on, keep it moving. Push, push, push.
They're capturing B.
Alrighty.
There, okay, we got B. I'm alive.
Alrighty. I'm trying to think as well. What other games have I played over the course of... I don't think I've played that many. At least when well, since in a while, actually. I'm thinking a lot of the Marathon games for the most part, and ironically enough, I did stream Marathon as well, I think. Man, that was a pain in the ass, but that was pretty good, all things considered. Guess now it's time to look towards the future, I guess, now. I mentioned before how I wanted to do, like, a few things... Yeah, I wanted to do, like, a few, like... I wanted to do, like, a few games, on stream. I talked about doing the Yakuza Marathon, in which I guess I kind of sort of want to do that, although I'm more focused on just beating Yakuza 0 right now. I guess I want to try and restructure how the Yakuza games are. I do want to kind of like restructure how the Marathon games, or pretty much the back-to-back playthroughs, are handled. I don't know. I'm trying to, I want to try and like figure that out a bit. I kind of also want to do like more stuff as well, and I don't mean like video games as well. I wanted to like do like tabletop RPGs to some extent as well. The thing is that after my, I guess, for lack of a better word, leaving or dismissal from D&D with Vortex Dragon, I've not streamed D&D with a party in a long while. I've tried to do solo RPGs, or you know, single player, you know, tabletop games, but to say the least, alright, but yeah, to say the least, when it comes to that, it's been to varying degrees. To say the least, I've been trying to look up a bunch of supplemental, like, stuff for the venture at some point, and I would like to actually do it, but I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I want to have like I want to try and figure out like 3 things at the very least. One is if I want to do it with like, you know, a natively group-based tabletop game, so like D&D or, you know, some other venture, or do I want to like do it with like at first at the very least with like a story that was built with it in mind. There's like a few stuff out there, but still.
Wait! Grenade out!
Give me a sec.
It's ours!
Alright, but yeah, there's like a few stuff out there that I could probably do for single-player role-playing games. And I don't mean video games, but like actual like tabletop stuff. I want to try and tackle it. Yeah, I want to try and tackle it a bit, but you know, I need to prepare like a bunch of like homebrew rules to some extent or another, as well as try and like figure out if I want to do like a, you know, custom campaign or, you know, just like a built-in continuous campaign or something like that, you know? But yeah, that's the angle I want to go at for doing like the single-player tabletop stuff. I never really used the FN2000 Tactical, just because it's, like, really big. Still, let's see. Let's try it out for size. Alrighty. Yes, this is the most cluttered looking gun to exist. Sweet Jesus H. Never enough ammo to do that. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I mean, statistically it's the same thing. It's the same weapon, but at the same time. You know, let's try out that, let's try the QBZ-94. This Chinese assault rifle. Is there like a special site that goes with this or something? Well, you know what they say, if it's good enough for the Chinese, it's, well, probably not that great in the first place.
We are capturing E! Explosive is ready! I'm throwing an incendiary!
Alrighty, here we go.
They didn't stand a chance against you, did they?
Trying to think, this thing shoots custom cartridges if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this thing shoots like custom cartridges. If I'm not mistaken for how it works. Get in there!
Securing F!
Enemy sniper! Enemy sniper!
You know, a thought just occurred to me when it comes to some controversies. I remember distinctly enough that when it comes to when it came to Chinese New Year's, yeah, I remember distinctly enough when it came to like Chinese New Year's, New World Interactive thought it would be a great idea to release like a Lunar New Year like skin pack or operator pack, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? And I remember distinctly enough that people were like making a fuss over just like how it was like very stereotypical. They had like the typical like, you know, red and gold. It was like pretty much it was pretty much antithetical camouflage, right? However, I feel like that like overall for that it was just like okay, to be honest. I mean, yeah, the red would have been like really antithetical, but I feel like some of the designs they had weren't bad, all things considered. And accounting for the fact that at least the weapon skins should have at the very least had that option, it would have been, I mean, it would have been interesting to see. Helicopter, helicopter.
Helicopter boys, get inside, get inside.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Helicopter.
Why the hell is this? Why the hell does the QBZ look like a gun that would be in like a fucking? Yeah, why does it seem like the QBZ seem like a gun that would be like in a really, like, would be in a fucking, in a game that would just mash, like, pretty much mash like a bunch of guns together. It's got the carry handle of an M16. It has the It's got the carry handle of an M16. It's a bullpup, and along with that, it's got like a grenade launcher underbarrel with a built-in laser module. That would be the in-game explanation for it looking the way it is, and it would just be called like it would be called like, I don't know, some like bullshit name like the Wrath or some shit like that, right? It would be like the M5050 Wrath. A super ultra mega low recoil, high firepower assault rifle used by the United Federation of the World. Yes, there is a T in that anachronization too. Shit, I heard it. Alright, but yeah. That's what it would be like. How the hell did I get most headshots? What the fuck? I was not aiming for heads. Alright, so that's Insurgency Sandstorm. A bit more than a match. It was sort of like a match and a half, but still. Alrighty, let's see. What do I want to go with next? Let's play some Chinese games, shall we? Alrighty. So, yeah. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think, what do I want to say? Because for the most part... You're right. So, yeah, no, for the most part... I'm trying to think of where do things stand currently, because... Yeah. You know, I had this plan to do things more organized and the like, but I'm really trying to like scratch my head, like, how do I bridge these like various games together? I've played a lot of these games, more than I care to admit, and I do want to try and tackle, as I mentioned, more games. As I said, I want to do like a single player tabletop, but I also want to tackle like more like Stardew Valley maybe at some point. Or, you know, something adjacent to that, like Coral Island. I want to do, like, more, like, less action-oriented... I want to do, like, sort of, like, less action-oriented games, I guess you could say. And that's not to say I want to give up action games altogether. Quite the contrary. But as it stands, there's, like... There's, like, a bunch that are, like, you know, some are too short, some would probably be, like, long into themselves and the like. And others would be... You know, they're probably out there, but I need to find them. But yeah. I'm gonna play like, I'm trying to think, like 20 minutes worth of Bloody Spell. And then afterwards I'm gonna tackle like maybe 2 other stuff. I know that Bloody Spell is probably one of my, probably on Twitch at the very least, one of the few games that that probably got me like a lot of attention, I guess you could say. I'm really trying to think of like what other games have really been, well, popular with me is certainly one word to describe it. I know that on YouTube at the very least. I know that on YouTube that the Snoot game is probably definitely my most watched video, the Snoot game. One man dubbing the fucking Snoot game, as well as the 4th ending. I did the other endings before that, I should remiss, but I did not record the other 2. I just skimmed by the other endings just to pretty much get it out of my system. And then I tackled the last ending. So, yeah. So yeah, no, that's pretty great, I'd say. Sorry, right now I'm reinstalling Bloody Spell because I had to uninstall it for more space for other games. But yeah, I'd like to tackle like Stardew Valley or Coral Island or, you know, some other like more long-winded game to some extent, you know? That's something I'd like to do. Let's see here. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm looking at some patch notes right now for another game. It's Spaceborne 2. So, yay! Alrighty. Alright. I think I'm trying to think, did I ever stream with Thymesia? I don't think I have. I think I actually did, to some extent. It's Bloodborne, but you only have 2 weapons and that's it. A dagger and a rapier, that's all you get. That's all you get. After that, it's a 5-finger salute across the backside. Alright, I'm doing some final checkups for right now. You know, I would actually stream Skyrim again, but I still need to sort through my Skyrim's catalog as well. Because, to say the least, my stuff on Skyrim is kinda sorta outdated. Kinda sorta outdated being the key word. Kinda sorta. Let me see what we got here. Alright. I'm trying to think, how many times have I come back to Bloody Spell? Just when I think I'm done with it, it always draws me back in like a fucking siren's call. And I'm not saying that as like a bad thing. I would say it is a fairly decent game for what it was worth. But at the same time, it's also one of those games where it's like, how the fuck does anyone put that much time into it? I'm trying to think right now. What I'm gonna do is... Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is pretty much Bloody Palace. Get the Bloody Palace, yeah, I'm just gonna do Bloody Palace mode. Sorry about that. I was looking at something for a game called Where Winds Meet. Oh man. How old is my stream, I wonder now? It's 2024 right now, so 2019, 2020. Alright, so 2019, 2020, 2022, 2021. Or 2021, 2022, 2023, and now this year. So I am officially older than the my streaming channel is older than the Confederacy, boys. That's gotta be worth celebrating right there. Woo! Alrighty. Oh, man. I'm really thinking off the top of my head when it comes to like a lot of games right now. Boy. Yeah, when it comes to a lot of games right now, it's funny to think that back then there was like a lot of them that came out. Nowadays, it's just kind of like slow, which I guess for the fact that it is, maybe it's because of the fact that, you know, the game development is now much more intensive due to a variety of factors, graphical fidelity among them, as well as just trying to find some way to innovate in one way or another. Maybe that's why, but at the same time, it feels like despite technical growth, it is at a weird point in junction. I don't know, has the standards of gamers come too high, or has the standards of game development become too slow? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'm trying to, Every now and then, I like to think back on my... Every now and then, I like to think back on my history of streaming. There's been many high points, many low points. Maybe not low to the point that I'm involved in controversy, but still. I've thought back to various moments. For example, in one instance, while I was streaming Gary's Mod, I had an attempted catfish for my account on stream. And it was by some kid, I don't remember who he is. He got in touch with me on Discord. I didn't give my actual Discord. I made like a bullshit account. And to say the least, I wasted his time. I wasted his and my time, to say the least. And so, pretty much, I think back to that moment, not really, like, fondly, but, like, more like, I wonder what that kid is doing now a little bit. I mean, I know what I'm doing, right? But is he still trying to, like, talk to strangers in hopes that they would give them their account? And, like, trying to, like, pose and pretend to be, like, another YouTuber? Because I remember distinctly enough, for this instance of attempted catfish, or, you know, attempted phishing of my account, right? I remember that they tried to use the name of Elitapus, who is, you know, an adult, right? And this kid, he tried, you know, masquerading around as Elitapus. And to say the least, I did not really buy it that much in the first place. I don't know if it's probably not around anymore because the VOD is automatically taken down on Twitch. And this was before I was doing YouTube as well. But I remember distinctly enough that some kid has just tried to do it. And the way I went about it was kinda... it wasn't my finest moment, I'll say that. It wasn't as though I went out and, like, shamed him and, like, fully doxed him, I don't think. But I did go on Twitter, posted like a screenshot on Twitter, like the account used. I'm not even sure if I think it's still up. Oh, shit, I don't know if it's up there. And it's not like I use my Twitter anyway, but still. It was not my finest moment, I will say. I think back to that moment a lot. Well, not a lot. But I do think back to that moment on occasion and just wonder, what's that kid doing now? I hope he's well, you know? I hope he's not trying to pull the same stunt on someone else because, God forbid, he meets someone that's, you know, not as, a sec. Alright, looks like I'll be playing this with a mouse and keyboard. See how bad that pans out. Alright, but yeah. Alright, but yeah, no, I think about that moment for not a long while, but I do think about it every now and then. Let's see, what do we got? Got like a bunch of mods here. Jesus. Alrighty. Alright. But yeah, I think about that moment sometimes. There's also another moment I think back upon is probably when I did a face reveal way back when. This was back when I had a face cam and I was... Yeah, this was back when I did like face cam streaming and the like, right? And to say the least, I don't do that now, mostly because of now privacy. I did that back then because one of my friends requested for me to do it. You know, one of my friends asked if I could do that, and to say the least, I did do it, but now I'm not doing it anymore, for a variety of reasons. Privacy among them. Yeah, privacy among them. But yeah. I've not played this game with mouse and keyboard, right? So, I'm a bit rusty in that respect. Alrighty. But yeah, there's one moment I think back on when it comes to my streaming career. Yeah, there's like one instance I could think of. It would probably be after I did a face reveal. I said something that to some extent haunts me to this day a little bit, you know? Oh man, I really... Let me clear the hurt a bit. There's one thing that really stuck with me was that after I did a face reveal, I did made a very bold claim that I'd be doing it for money. Yeah, that was back when... Yeah, that for me at the very least was a low point in my time. Now I'm older, and I thought I'd be doing this... Now I'm older, thought I'd be doing this, in a different way, but still. Youthful ambition, I suppose. Yeah, youthful ambition as it goes. Jeez. God, I think about that and I cringe to myself. Like, dude, why the fuck do you think you'd be doing that? Well, I won't lie for confidence, that's for sure. Yeah, I won't lie for confidence on that front, at the very least. Alrighty. I want to try at the very least to reach like 10, maybe 5 levels. I thought, yeah, no, thinking back on that moment after my face reveal and proclaiming I'd be doing it for money, that's probably just one being an ego moment, the other being youthful confidence, overconfidence. I mean, I'm still young now, but at least now I'm much more, I hazard to say wiser, but still, nonetheless. Yeah, I hazard to say wiser now, but still a bit more wizened up to how things will go. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, come on. Alrighty. Oh my god, I gotta beat the Shadow Man. He's shadowy as shadows. Feel the wrath of a woman that's doing mostly like fucking Chun-Li kicks. Whip, whip. There we go. Beat down, beat down. There we go. Oh god, I hate the fact that I'm this proficient in playing this game. Fucking, I'm trying to think. When I first started streaming this game a while ago, and I do mean like a while ago, because it was like trying to think, this was like years back, right? Alright, but yeah, this was like years back. This was like 2 years back, I think. This was, I remember just streaming this game. At least to the point that I streamed it for every update that came out. And to some extent, that holds true even now. I remember on stream, I was doing the... Yeah, on stream, I did the Jinling City when it first came out a while ago. And then afterwards, I did the same thing when the story came out, and then afterwards, I did the same thing when 1.0 came out. And I'm doing it again now. I wanna... Well, actually, I'm trying to think. Outside of Insurgency and outside of Bloody Spell, I'm now remembering more stuff. I remember distinctly enough, I was doing a Stalker Anomaly for a while. I don't think I really did anything with it, at least in terms of the main story is concerned. Yeah, as far as the main story is concerned, I don't think I really did anything much with it. Which, I stopped playing Stalker Anomaly a while ago for one of two things. Just because, one, it being too... Initially, at least on my old computer, it was just too much for it. Or rather, I found it to be unstable, I should say, because I know I could run it well enough. But my thought process was that it was very unstable. Yeah, my thought process was the fact that it was very unstable. And now, at the very least... Yeah, now at the very least, I'm doing other things. I'm trying to remember, I did my own mod list for Stalker Anomaly. I did not do Gamma, and I did not do Escape from Pripyat. I wanted to, but I was unfamiliar with Stalker modding until now. And even then, I preferred just... Even now, I still prefer, like, the IWP mod pack that's now out and about now. Which effectively just plays with Stalker, Call of Chernobyl. Oh god. Oh no, I got knocked down. Oh god. Oh boy, Jin Ling is kicking my ass. That's because he actually has like a full-on player moveset effectively. Alrighty. Yeah, when it comes, I'm not showing the full depths of this game's fucking insanity, because for the most part, when it came to a bloody spell, it was very. There's a lot of things that I fucking did to like break this game a little bit. Yeah, there was a lot of things I did to like break this game a little bit. There's like a bunch of. If I had my controller, I'd probably be able to like demonstrate properly like how absurd the game gets at times. And along with that, I'd be using the default moveset as well. So let me try. Let me see, I want to try. God, I'm trying to remember how I changed weapons, to be honest. I've not done gamepad. I've not done mouse and keyboard, like, ever. Alright, here we go. That's right, she's decided to use her fists, boys. But yeah, this is up to speed to what I'm expecting. You heading out? Alright, one moment. Alright, there we go. This is the more. This is what I expected more of. There we go. Can you tell this is broken yet? Alright, but yeah. Yeah, that's probably more closer to what I was hoping for, to be honest. Come on, give me a sec to... Somebody's busted or something? Oh, no, never mind. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. Alright, one more throwdown. I should admit I'm not using any distinct mods other than just like skins and that's it. There is no, as far as the workshop is concerned, there is like no like friggin' other mods out there that allows you to like, you know, change how the game mechanically works or anything. So yeah, as you can clearly see, I've played Bloody Spell a little too much, although I guess at this point it's a little too little. Still though. Alright, one last game. What do I want to do? You know, I talked about wanting to do Stardew Valley. So let's do that! Stardew Valley! To some extent, I've had a on and off relationship with Stardew Valley.
It's still not clear, so.
Alright. Alright, Stardew Valley. Yeah. I've talked about playing Stardew Valley a handful of times. Well, just now, actually, to be more distinct. But, yeah, no. Let's do that now, I guess. I'm just gonna go off the save I have already. So, to say the least, you know, whatever I'm gonna do is gonna affect my personal save, so I'm just gonna go off of that. Kage, my good old reliable character. It's been a while since I played Stardew Valley, and I wasn't really that deep into it in the first place, so to say the least. Is it raining out? Yep. No need for me to work extensively. Alright, let me see here. Anything that needs harvesting? Alright. Alright, everything's looking pretty good, I guess. Man, what was I doing last? Let me take a look at my... Bring Marnie a bunch of amaranth. Bring Pam pale ale. Find the mayor's shorts. Reach the bottom of the mine. What level of the mine am I at right now? Do I have any daffodils for Haley? I think I do. Probably just stored up somewhere. If not, then I think at this point of this playthrough, I'm already romanced. I'm already at the romance point with Haley. So to say the least, you know, it's not really that big of a dealio to some extent, you know? Alright, let me see here. Oh, alright, so I'm at level 100 of the mine. To in osam I monondad in es vanu a is pusto nox atin ad nexis jord exutuisen in. Out of order, gee, thanks. Trying to remember. I know for a fact, at the very least, I am not using anything from Pierre, and I'm not selling anything to him. If anything, I'm pretty much just gathering enough resources to harass Pierre. And believe me, there's a reason for that. Because the fetid filths... Yes, because the fetid filths, His wares cost too much. Alrighty. Let me see, what do I got on hand? I got corn! I got corn! Some corn! Alright. Eat some shrooms. Get high off my ass. I think for the most part, the way I've just been getting my money is by pretty much getting... Yeah, I'm remembering a bit more now. I've pretty much just been going into the mine and just doing whatever. That's really about it. To say the least, it's been a profitable venture. Let me see. A steel falchion. I'll take it. Alright, I gotta get to the next level over. Trying to remember, it's like every five levels, right? The depths of the mines are here. See, artichokes. What is this? Strange bun. What's inside? God if I know. These totems here, they're a sign of things to come. What it is, I have no clue. But still, I'm sure it's nice. Oh, sweet, it's a farm totem. Back, foul demon! Back! Alrighty, you two. Alright. Alright, come on. Alright, cool your jets. Alright, cool your jets, you two. Come on. Cool your jets, yeah? Cool your jets. Alrighty. Alrighty, yeah. I don't think, yeah, no. It's going pretty well, all things considered, though, for... Alright, so, yeah. Oh boy, this is going so sterlingly okay, if I'm being honest. Knock knock, who's there? It's a home invader. Home invader who? It's me, Haley. Let me in, please. It's raining. You're aboard. Come say hi. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think we're engaged, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, I gave her flowers and everything. Yeah, I gave Haley flowers. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I know that I was like in a relationship with her as well. And I did not get the flowers from Pierre. But yeah, no, I did not get the flowers from Pierre. I got it because I cheated a little bit. I cheated to get those flowers, and that was because I bought livestock and named one of them the flower I wanted. Or named one of them flowers. The flower code, effectively. Oh yeah, no, that's great. To think right now that, the developer is making a new game. But yeah, the developer is, Bored Ape, is making a new game. So that's great. Wonder how that's gonna pan out. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna pan out a little bit. I got an egg! Gotta keep them fed. Got my dog here. My in-game dog as well as my real-world dog. Crap, what was my dog's name? Shit. These are important things that I should remember. To one extent or another. Yoji. There we go. Yeah, I named him Yoji. And I named the... This is my chicken's name. You got Yoji and you got fucking 458. What a title. Weather report. It's going to be cloudy with gusts of winds throughout the day. Oh, gee, thanks, game. Spirits are happy today. Shower everyone with good fortune. So this is my hovel of a shack right now. As you clearly see, it's a very nice place, I'd say. Christ, well, what do I have in my back pocket right now? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Got golden nuggets. I got a bunch of... Alrighty. I really am trying to remember what it is that I fucking have in my back pocket. I got like so many right now. Let me see. Alrighty, yeah, there we go. You know, it's getting late in game. Fucking Clint is not gonna be open. But yeah, Clint isn't gonna be open now. Because friggin' rat bastard wants to drink at the tavern. How dare you have a schedule outside of being inside that shop? Alrighty. What are you looking at, man? Good evening! It's nice to see you socializing with the townsfolk. It's good to stop by once in a while and see what the latest news is. Like, for example, Gus here apparently is having some sort of dysfunction with one of his taps. Alright. Alright. Leah, maybe you should cook something new and exciting today. Something spicy. Got Capsian casually somewhere? Mayor Lewis, I've never socialized with you because I'm socializing with 2 people. Both of them women and one of them my girlfriend, and that's it. After that, I've just been at the farm 24/7 a day. Either that or I'm delving into the mines. Time for my... There we go. If you're lucky, you might see a frog in this weather. Alrighty. Maybe we should do Coral Island first, because I know for some people, the pixel... Yeah, for some people, the pixel style... Let's see. 100 pieces of bone. Drop them off on the museum counter. Alright, but yeah, maybe we should do Coral Island first, if I'm being honest. Not even because, you know, Stardew Valley is really that bad. But I'm just thinking, maybe for some people it'll be more somewhat stimulating to see 3D graphics instead of pixels. I'm enjoying it, right? And I know that the way I play is going to be a lot slower compared to other games, but still, They got me sea-wed. Never have I not had this much fun fishing since Stellar Blade. Damn it. Do I have any cages laying around in this game? And by cages, I mean for like the fishes. Come on now. Take a bite. Ugh, damn it. Alright, there's always tomorrow. It's getting late in game. I got 2 clams. I'm sure there's a joke there I could probably make. I got Joja Cola that someone threw out. Processed pain. My favorite. Alright, what do I want to sell? Alright. Oh my god, someone's dropping bombs! Oh wait, no, never mind. Mysterious boxes can now be found. Alright, 910 shekels. What's that, $91 for my effort? Alrighty. Alrighty. Let me see. What did I get? Alright. Yeah. Kage, I have this crazy new idea that I want to involve you in. It's called clothing therapy. Come to the mayor's house today to see what it's all about. Emily. Love, Emily. Jesus Christ. Love, Emily. That's a bit presumptuous from my soon-to-be sister-in-law. Why not? See what it's all about. Clothing therapy, eh? I think the smithy should be opened right now, shouldn't it? Or is it opened at 9? A chocolate bar I found in the trash. Yeah, it's open at 9. Look, I got like a bunch of these geodes I gotta get rid of somehow, so I gotta frickin'... Raw egg. Feel that protein. It's not salmonella, I promise. great. Ugh, son of a... Oh, sweet. I got some Nupatite, or whatever the hell you say it as. Sweet. Excellent. Just what I needed. I don't have to spend any more money at you, Clint. Oh my god, I got a new reward, guys! Alright, what do I get? What? What the fuck is this? Alright, let's see what my sister-in-law has cooked up. Let's see. Welcome to clothing therapy. You're probably wondering, what is clothing therapy? I'll try to explain. So many of us are struggling with personal issues, things holding us back from living how we want. It's important to me that everyone has a free and happy life. So, I came up with a new kind of therapy to help people achieve that. It's based on this amazing power of self-expression. Self-expression is a wonderful healing tool. Did you know that? Behind this curtain, you'll find a rack and rack of clothes, endless options to choose from. Your job is simple. Find the outfit that truly speaks to you and put it on. Feel confident in yourself and your choice. You all have a unique style to share with the world. Shane, you're up first. Okay. Ah, Kage, you're just in time. Just observe, keep an open mind. Okay? Okay. Wow. Cool. Shane, it's a new side of you you've never known about. That's great. Now go outside with confidence and show the world. Sure. Okay, everybody gets a turn. Oh no. Oh my. Beautiful. Let's see what Demetrius thinks. Why not? Not bad. You're fucking wearing a fucking pimp outfit. Me next. Oh my god, a full night outfit. Very nice. It's sweaty in here. Clint, you're up. Me? Okay, Millie. I'll do it. He looks like a sleazy fucking... He looks like a sleazy guy. Oh, cute. Huh. Looks like a sleazy guy you'd find in Las Vegas or Hawaii. Well, that went very well. I just hope things experience everyone to break out of their shell a bit. Kage, I couldn't do it. I don't want to break out of my shell. Oh, I guess I'm interrupting something here, aren't I? I'll understand. I'll leave now. Congrats, Kage. Damn it, I didn't have my turn. I wanted my character to just walk in and then just walk out, just like full tactical gear and everything. Just come out looking like an absolute tactical monster. It's like, Kage, it's your turn. And then as soon as he walks out of the office, he comes out with like a fucking veiled like a veiled head and then like a sickle in one hand. Just like, he's like, you're next, or some shit. I think Clint's mad at me. He never looks at me anymore. I always thought we were friends. I don't know, maybe he's jealous of me for some reason. My character is unintentionally a anime character between two sisters. Yeah, it's like that quintuplet anime, except instead of quintuplets, it's twins. Let me see. This is actual trash. Copper ores. Alright, Clint. Alright, Clint, you fucking... It's not my fault Clint's a little bitch. I shouldn't be too mean on him. He's nice, all things considered. Although he's very he's nice. I'm trying to find the best way to describe Clint because for the most part he's very reclusive, is what it is. At least from the characterization I got on him. All right, let's see. We got coffee bean. This is a summer plant. It's right now fall. Alright. Build some staircases, because why not? Just make a sign that says, no solicitors. How much skill do I have in these? I have every skill available to me. Every skill, except, you know, this other stuff. It's currently 12 in game. How do I... There we go. It's kinda... Is it late for me to go into the mines right now? Should probably checking out my chickens. Well, not my chickens. Chicken. Singular. He looks... He looks really happy today, 458. Pierre, that fetid filth, will not receive any of my money. Not until the end of this year, in which I will show to him and the world that I need not Pierre's little fetid filth. Hey. Hey, Mayor, I got mushrooms. You want to get high? You know, it's kind of funny to think when it comes to... It's kind of funny to think when it comes to Stardew Valley, the fastest way to level your combat skill is apparently to call for the abortion of like a lot of children and face them off in single combat. I'm not kidding. That is the actual meta way you could do it. And by meta, I mean like actual optimization. What peaceful life this is. Truly, this is the life of homesteading. So are these people connected to a grid that's nearby in a local city, or is like, how does this work? Alright, right now I'm foraging around. I don't get many crops, as you could probably tell. The way I go about my day is by literally walking around and foraging from other people. Is your name like Kaluzator or something? Oh, it's Kage? No, I'm sorry. Well, you at least got the first parts of my name right. Ka. How the hell you mess up the last part? Gay. It's Kage. It's got a doctor's office, completely healthy and vigorous, just as I expected. Oh, here, I was hoping you were sicker than a dog. Alright, it's getting close to curtain call, so by the time of the end of this day, which is not going to be that long, I'm going to wrap things up from there. See, is there anything? There's a suspicious cat, question mark, selling stuff. I don't trust this cat. Here, Poke, did you bring coins? Good, me sell hats. I wonder what this game would look like if it was like 3D. I mean, it probably looked like Coral Island, but still, I'm more curious. What would it like? What would it actually be like to see that happen? Yeah, what would it be like? I wonder. You know, that just occurred to me as well when it comes to Stardew Valley and some of the events that are attached to it. Yeah, the thought just occurred to me. Like, I'm trying to think. The luau that was in the summer, for some ungodly reason, the fucking governor can taste the fact that you didn't contribute anything in there. It's like, what the fuck, governor? What the fuck? How the hell did you taste the fact that I didn't add anything in there? That fucking that soup you put in there is... That soup has, like, everyone else in there. How the hell did you not taste me? I'll just say I added salt. That's it. The end. Let's see, it's Joey's birthday. Tomorrow's a bookseller. Okay. Then after that, Spirit Eve. Got gold bars for days. Got some hazelnuts. How much gold do I have? Because I'm trying to remember. Okay, I got that much. Alright. I got an eggplant. I'm keeping that eggplant in case, you know, some woman needs it to make zucchini soup or some shit. I don't know. Or, yeah. Or eggplant soup or whatever the hell. The money from foraging is nice. Alright. Good enough time to end that. Alright. So, that's the end of that, I suppose. So, it's the end of the year now. Man, how time flies. And my streaming channel on Twitch is now older than the Confederacy. Oh boy! Alright, but yeah. So, it's the end of the year though. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this stream. If you want to see more, I'll be continuing on Thursday because I'll be spending my time with family now. I gotta prepare to do some stuff. I gotta walk the dogs in about a half hour or so after I eat. I'm trying to think. I have some plans to try and expand my horizons in streaming. As I mentioned already throughout this entire stream, I've come a long way on streaming. I've come a long way on streaming, both in my life that I've shown and my personal life to some extent as well. Currently, I'm working, so that's nice. I don't know what possessed me to say that I'm doing it for money back then, but yeah, it's 18, 19 years old, I know, but still, I will hopefully I'll hopefully find the time to do some of the stuff I wanted to do. As I mentioned, I want to do single player tabletop games, so like single player D&D. I want to do more like low down games to some extent. Stardew Valley is probably the biggest example. However, I'm thinking of like other games too, like I don't know, Starbound, Terraria. Games that are, as well as even Coral Island, games that are like more or less humdrum to some extent, but have their own merits to them. I also want to try and tackle like some other stuff too. Like, I actually have 2 Project Moon games that I've been meaning to get to. So like Library of Runia, lobotomy core, all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's been very interesting to try and reflect on the games I've been playing, and a lot of them are action games. However, just as well, I want to do something more relaxed. Maybe I should do Dave the Diver again at some point, in which I did Dave the Diver on YouTube first, but yeah, no, maybe I should do it again on well, Twitch and YouTube. So here's hoping to the next year being, I'm trying to find the best way to describe it. Here's hoping that the next year will be a lot more, well, different to some extent, as well as much more, just different. Alright, so, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Thanks for sticking around for this long. I'm hoping to do some more stuff in the next year. Probably more casual games to some extent. Some more, probably return of D&D a little bit, but by myself. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you next one. Till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see